Hello and welcome to this screencast where I'm going to walk you through the process of sharing audio from Podomatic or hosted at Podomatic here on the HiER site. So the first thing that you would do is you want to make sure you're logged in here like I am. And then you would select contribute or go to the contribute area. You want to create content, and specifically we want to create a podcast. And for this example, I'm taking a channel over at Podomatic that's called itself Spirited History, and I'm going to embed a series of, let's just say, 3 of these audio podcasts, just so that you could see how you would contribute multiple podcasts in one submission. Okay, so the title then would be Spirited History. Oops, History. And the author or presenter would be, do we have a contact here? They're just calling themselves Spirited History, but I don't know, maybe I'll just put in here then your admin. And we need to, or you can optionally, provide a date range for when this audio was recorded. Let's just make something up here for the sake of brevity. So let's say, we're on July 25th right now, so let's say these were recorded between July 1st and, I don't know, July 11th, say. And the location, I believe these are various across the locations across the US, but maybe we can just then say USA. Optionally, really, you would, I mean, whatever location is reasonable, but often we would have an actual city location that we put here, but for now we'll just put US. And I guess for the description here, this is just a description of whatever links you're actually going to embed. In our case, I guess we could just go over to Spirited History here, and we can just copy their general blurb. And to copy that, I'm just using a Command-C on the Mac. You can use a Control-C on the PC to accomplish the same thing, to copy. And now I'm using a Command-V, or you could use a Control-V on the PC. And I'm just going to put here, Spirited History is a weekly podcast that explores rich historic locations throughout the US. Okay, whatever, blah, blah. And then if you like, you can put a little blurb about each audio recording, and here I'm using a bold to talk about audio recording 1. Let's see. And then we could just type a description here of audio recording 1. And we could do this for, I said we were going to attach 3 of them, so just for the sake of brevity, I'm going to copy and paste this a few times and just say audio recordings 1, 2, and 3. But you can put whatever blurbs you want there for each of the audio recordings. And you can just skip the description altogether, it's not required. And then we need to provide at least one Podomatic link here. And you might well ask, well, where is that link going to come from? So, if we're over at Podomatic and we have somebody's Podomatic channel loaded here into the browser, as we do with Spirited History here, you can see up here in the location bar, spiritedhistory.podomatic.com. And this would be whatever your reference for your Podomatic channel of interest is that you're drawing the podcasts from. And what we would do is go to this permalink here. And you can control-click on that, and you can copy the link location. And that's what I'm going to do. And so that's got it copied. And then we go back to our Podomatic link, and we Command V or Control V on a PC to paste that. And now what do we want to, we want to attach 3 of them, right? So let's scroll down, and here's another recording. And again, let's look for this permalink. And I control and then copy link location. And again, Command V or Control V to paste. And let's add a 3rd and final podcast here. Keep scrolling down. Here's another recording and its associated permalink. And Control click and copy link location. And Command V or Control V on the Mac. I'm just going to quickly show you here another way that you could get at the same link. So let's go back for this 3rd example, and I'm just going to click through the permalink here. Let's just click on that. And here it starts loading
the views expressed
and playing
and the opinion.
The actual podcast. But if you go up to your location bar here, you will see that that is the same link that you get when you copy the link location, that permalink. So let's Command C or Control C on the PC to copy that, and then go back to our web form and Command V or Control V on the PC to paste that. And so now we have 3 podcasts that we're aiming to embed here. We have a sort of generic description. We add a little description about each of them, each of the separate podcasts. We have location, date range when they were recorded, and title and author-presenter info. And finally, we just want to check which language we're writing all of the description and other fields in. And in this case, it's English. And now we can save. And we see here, we get a little confirmation, podcast Spirited History has been created. And I just want to draw your attention to something here. You'll notice that the background of this confirmation page is a little pink. And that is to cue you to the fact that our podcast here, or our embedded podcasts, have not yet been published anywhere on the site. What's happened is they've gone into an approval queue that the HiER site editor will review, and if the site editor deems your particular podcast or video appropriate for publishing, then your podcast will be approved, and it will show up. I'm just going to open up the home page in another tab here and show you. It will appear under our podcasts and videos feed. And you can see right now, here's one, and if we click through, this is a podcast that somebody has contributed and that has been published. And yours will eventually appear here too. Also, you'll note that under Resources and Podcasts here, this is where a list of all of the published podcasts appears, and so yours will show up here as well once published. But, so let's just go back to that confirmation page that we got, and we can see here, yeah, here's the author presenter information, the date, location, our little description, and 1, 2, 3 separate podcasts have been embedded from Podomatic. Now, what if, up until the time, please disregard that menu that keeps popping up and down. That is just my notebook's touchpad is very sensitive, and that just pops up every once in a while, so I hope that isn't too distracting. So yes, now if anything here that you had added in these fields is disagreeable to you or incorrect up until the time when the site administrator or site editor approves your podcast for publication, you can come and edit what you've just entered, and we get this form again, and you can make any alterations you like and save those, or you can just delete the podcast if you decide that you don't want to contribute it after all. Again, please just disregard that menu that popped up. Also, you'll note there is this Translate tab, so if you would like to add a translation and provide, say in our case, our contribution was in English, if you wanted to provide a French translation, you could replace all of this with French, and then go down here, you'll see that the language is selected French by default, and save. But I don't think we're going to do that here. So yeah, this was our confirmation dialogue. We got this. Now, but what if we've submitted our podcast and then we go, just clicking around the site, and we're thinking to ourselves, oh, I'd really like to go back and edit that podcast that I just contributed. But, where is it? Because it's actually not on the home page here because it hasn't been published yet, so we can't get to it from there. Can't get to it from the resources, videos, and podcasts list because, again, it hasn't been published. So where is it? And the answer is you will find it in your account. So you can click on either this My Account link, or there's always one in the side menu here too, My Account, and that will take you there too. So here we are at My Account, and you'll notice that you have here your unpublished contributions. And if you click through, you'll see, now I have from a previous demonstration already 2 videos here that I've added for or submitted for publishing but haven't been published yet. And down here is Spirited History, which is the podcast that we just contributed. And if I clicked on that, as I just did, you have access again to edit it or to translate it. And there you have, full license to edit any of these fields again, and then go down here and save your changes. Or you can, so you can save your changes or delete the podcast if you just decide you don't want to contribute it before it comes up for review. Now, one thing that I should mention is that once it is published, and you do see it show up here under podcasts and videos, and actually in the resources section under podcasts, you won't be able to edit it anymore. And if you go to your account, what you'll see is you'll see it show up in your contributions section. So if you go into your unpublished contributions and you go, well, it's not there, it probably means that it's been published. And so if you check your contributions, you'll see it there, and that will cue you to the fact that it's actually been published, and you'll find it showing up in the feed here. And there's my menu popping up again. And it'll show up under resources, videos and podcasts. Right, so that is really all there is to contributing a podcast to the HiER site. If you have any questions, you can always contact us under About Contact, and there's a form here where you can send us a message. And I hope this has been helpful. Thank you for listening.